Hey everyone, Bob Roberts here. Now what an exciting day today. Now if all goes good, we are going to see the successful completion of the SpaceX Crew Dragon demo mission when astronauts Robert Behnken and Douglas Hurley safely return in their Dragon capsule today after leaving the ISS last night. Now here are 5 things that you really should know about this landing. Number 1, how long is it going to take them to splash down now that they have left the ISS? Now, as of the time that I'm making this video, NASA and SpaceX have been watching the weather at 7 different possible landing sites. They were Pensacola, Florida, Tampa, Tallahassee, Panama City, Cape Canaveral, and Jacksonville. Now, based on the data they were reviewing, they went ahead and they chose a primary and a secondary landing site. As of right now, NASA ended up choosing Florida's Panama City. Now this is going to be the very first time in 47 years that NASA has landed in water, and the very first time they've actually landed in the Gulf, which opens up a lot of things for them. Now we are watching the tropical storm in the area, but we think it's going to be okay. Now the total time can vary from about 6 hours to up to about 30 hours. Now if for some reason there is a no-go for the splashdown today, they can actually stay in the orbiter for another 24 hours for the next opportunity. Now here's the second thing. Number 2, now how fast are they going to be traveling when they re-enter the atmosphere? Now the Crew Dragon capsule is going to be traveling an incredible 17,500 miles per hour when it first touches the top of the atmosphere. Now the edge of the atmosphere does not have a lot of molecules, but the capsule will be slamming into what little molecules there are with such incredible speed. That reaction to that force will begin to slow the capsule down, much the same way your hand is pushed against the air when you stick it out of a window of a moving car. Now this collision creates an immense amount of heat caused by the friction of the air molecules against the capsule. Now you need that friction, however, to slow the craft down unless you do what the Falcon 9s do and use rockets to slow them down. But the capsule doesn't have that much fuel on board, so they really need to use the friction. Now because of that friction, they're going to experience temperatures on the shield of up to 3,500 degrees. Because of this heat, the radio is going to most likely stop working, and there's actually going to be a period of silence as the spacecraft eventually slows down and cools off. Now number 3, how do the parachutes work? Well, the parachutes actually work in 2 different stages. There's 2 drogue chutes that are actually going to be deployed when the capsule reaches about 18,000 feet. The capsule is still going to be traveling about 350 miles per hour. That's far too fast for the main parachutes. So the drogue chute's only job is to provide a smooth deceleration of the capsule. Then at about 6,000 feet and about 119 miles per hour, the 4 main parachutes are going to be deployed. This will place the capsule into the water relatively softly. All right, and number 4. So what happens after splashdown? How long are they going to have to stay in that capsule? Well, now after the Dragon capsule splashes down, there's actually going to be 2 fast approach boats that are going to leave the recovery vessel, and they're going to be in the area that's close by. Now remember, this thing isn't coming down in some random spot. We can determine and control very accurately where this is going to splash down in the Gulf, so they can stage the boats relatively close. Now the 2 boats have 2 different jobs. The first boat's going to go to the capsule to ensure there's no propellant leaks that could catch on fire or cause an environmental issue that would make it unsafe for the people working around the capsule, or for any astronauts to leave the capsule if they had to. Now the second boat is going to be responsible for grabbing the parachutes and wrapping them all up. Now once all that's done, the main recovery boat will then pick up the capsule and place it on its deck. There the astronauts will undergo some initial medical checks by the medical staff that are on the boat. Now they actually haven't been on the International Space Station for all that long, so they really shouldn't have as much strength loss or muscle loss as we see with the longer missions that last 6 months or longer. Now in the total time from splashdown to the time they can leave the capsule, it should be about an hour, give or take, right? And lastly, number 5, the last thing that you should know is what happens after this successful mission. Now Behnken and Hurley are actually going to be transported from the recovery boat to the shore, either by staying on the recovery boat or by being lifted off by a helicopter, depending on how long it's going to take them to get on shore. Now, once there, they will be boarding a NASA aircraft. They're going to be flown back to Ellington Field in Houston, Texas, to take part in their debrief of the performance of the spacecraft. Now, while this is an important step in all missions, it has to be remembered that this was actually a demo flight. And it felt real to everyone, but the mission there was not to perform science in the International Space Station. It was to perform a test of the spacecraft itself. Now, assuming all is good, the certification process for the capsule from NASA should take about 6 weeks. Then the very first Crew 1 mission will launch sometime in either late September, early October-ish, and it's going to give the launch with a 4-person crew, and they're going to spend 6 months on the ISS, which is pretty normal. And that's it. All of our thoughts and prayers with Benken and Hurley over the next couple of hours and day. It should be a great day for the American space program and for the very first successful use of a commercial program that's responsible for the launch, the spacecraft docking, the re-entry, and the recovery of their spacecraft. So good luck for SpaceX. Hope you get a chance to see the splashdown, and we'll talk to you soon. I hope you all have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey, I hope you've enjoyed that video. If you did, please do me a favor, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more content. Up here on the left-hand side, you're going to see another video from our this playlist. And if you click down here, you're going to see another video on our channel. Hope you guys all have a great day. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.